also another former Clarendon College man, is in charge of the Portmore United team. Odette Hamilton, as Ligier mentioned, is the referee in charge of this afternoon's proceedings. The lights are on, and we expected it at some point, and it is now on, and we're also on the way here at Stadium East. This is, of course, the feature game of a doubleheader. Portmore United in full white, if you're joining us for the first time, against, Cavalier in full white, and Portmore United clearly in the predominantly blue with red and white stripping across the chest. So Portmore on the attack early. Aesthetically, the field doesn't look attractive, and it's because it is not an earlier game, and the rains were heavy with us earlier today. Things have settled down a bit. The conditions are cool. Portmore United, the defense has been flown, and Cavalier very early in the game, in fact less than a minute into the game, and the Portmore United defense was broken down, and Cavalier took advantage. Daryl Massacott, the Antiguan, wheels away after scoring the opening goal for the defending champions, and Cavalier, less than a minute into the game, have taken the lead.
Yeah, and a team that has kept 6 clean sheets from 7 games has been breached so early. They'll be so disappointed, allowing space in behind to this Cavalier team, a team that is known for having such pace in their ranks. And as we see once more, it's just one pass over the top. And Massacott running through a very calm finish, a very cool finish.
It looked like it was easy, but you mentioned he had to first keep his composure, which he did brilliantly because he knew the defenders were coming, and he kept his calm. He was really the calmest man on the complex, and it was to deadly effect because he pushed Cavalier ahead with less than a minute gone in this, the feature game of a doubleheader here at the Stadium East. Let's see how Portmore United react to going behind this early, and of course it was Cavalier's 8th goal of the season. They've conceded 6. And this is their 9th goal of the season, and it's their 5th goal scorer so far this season. They got off to a slow start in terms of their season. Of course, their season got off a lot earlier than most because of their participation in the Caribbean Club Championship. Of course, they've been eliminated since, and now concentrating fully on the Premier League. Here they are again on the attack, this time over on the right. McCleary, and then eventually Christopher Ainsworth getting involved. And a goal kick to the Portmore United team.
And you have to wonder how much of this start is predicated on the fact that Portmore United are fielding a very new centre-back partnership. Nicoy Gale and Gawain Austin, returning player Gawain Austin. Of course, Portmore without Emilia Rousseau and Stephen Young, their usual centre-back pairing, a pairing that, as I mentioned, given them 6 clean sheets this season. So maybe some miscommunication as Massacott ran between them and then around them and then over them to finish for that Cavalier goal.
You've got to be switched on from the first second of a game, and the Portmore United learned that to devastating effect. I don't know if it's a good time to concede a goal, but the time that they conceded that goal, I'm sure they would want to believe that they've got enough time and enough in their ranks to get back on level terms, but you just never want to fall behind in any football game. It's more difficult to get back than anything else. Let's see, though, how they'll react to this one. Cavalier playing on familiar field. Of course, a large chunk of the team that won the last 2 Premier League titles no longer with them. Richard King, of course, one of the most notable. Dwayne Atkinson. And, of course, Jalmaro is also not in the Cavalier team, and you're looking at a team that lost at least 29 goals between those 2 front men, and one of the most solid local defenders in Richard King. Ball coming across, the goalkeeper holding on to it, second time of asking. Slippery conditions, got to take that into consideration as well. Cavalier with possession. Over on the far side.
One of their new signings on the far side, Denzel Theo Mackenzie, came over from Vere United quite controversially. Not alone, there was Michael Forbes also in the starting lineup for Cavalier playing at centre-back. But you didn't mention that it might be an ideal time to concede this early into the game, but with the goal-scoring woes that Portmore have had over the last couple of seasons, maybe the confidence not quite there to consistently recover from these negative score lines. I assume that's why they depend that heavily on their defense. But many changes in the lineup today for Portmore. Let's see if they will bear fruit attacking-wise.
Here they are coming forward. This is Peter McGregor playing the ball menacingly inside the area. Had to be dealt with and was. Now Cavalier get the ball forward. Almost a replica of what brought about the goal in about 43 seconds. Probably the fastest goal this season, not sure, but I'm sure it's in contention for that one. Here they are, though, Cavalier looking sprightly. Look up for the fight this afternoon. Odette Hamilton right in front of where the crime, if you like, took place. And the free kick won here by Cavalier, just inches away from the Portmore half. The attack centered down the right. Key Mullings coming across to effect that challenge. Throwing one by Cavalier. They'll settle for it. Throw to be taken from the near side.
Jerome McCleary, who actually scored for Cavalier in that 1-1 draw that I was mentioning earlier in the quarterfinals here at this very same National Stadium East Field.
Here they are, Cavalier, twisting this way and that, still inside the area. Portmore's problems could have been compounded